Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Renee, and together
we make
3 suitcases.
Sounds silly, but here we are. So, who are we? How did we get here? We've always both kind of been a little bit of wanderers, and we've both obviously known each other. We joined the Army to see the world, and that's where we met. So we met in the Army. Obviously, the minute she met me, it was love at first sight for her. Took me a while to come around, but eventually we got together.
It really wasn't that long. We truly met on at a Christmas Eve party, and by July 5th we were married, so it didn't take that long. But when you know, you know.
See, that's how we roll. No, but anyways, there was a lot of ups and downs in there, and she hated me at first, but I won her over. But now we've been married over 30 years. We have 2 wonderful kids, a boy and a girl, and we've always been a little bit of a wanderlust in us. And now we have 4 grandkids, and it was just life.
Yeah. We decided to start, we didn't travel a lot. We went camping with the kids. We did a lot of things local in Minnesota. But then our great friends took us on a vacation to Mexico and Cozumel. And I honestly thought my husband would be bored out of his mind because he doesn't like to sit still. He's not a big, we never really went to beaches. We went to lakes, we went to here. And he was always fishing and doing stuff like that, but he never really sat still. We took him to Cozumel. I couldn't get him off the beach. I couldn't get him to leave Mexico. It was crazy.
Wait, to be fair, I also sat on the pool chairs. Didn't think I could do it. I thought I'd be bored by noon the first day. I didn't want to leave. I mean, I sat on the beach the day we left, and it was kind of killing me. But
yeah,
I had to go home, and
Yeah.
I've been in love with Mexico ever since, and she has as well. In the meantime, life happens, and we both had good jobs. We've had 4 grandkids. We've been to many resorts. So over these 8 years, Mexico never left me. So all the times we come back and visit, it just never left us.
but to be honest, when we first started coming to Mexico, our friends had been here many, many previous times, and they did the non-resort things or the cheaper resort things. So the first time we came to Mexico, it was truly the upgraded all-inclusive. So we never left the resort. But the more times we came to Mexico, the more we wanted to actually see the towns that we were in, not just the resort. So we ended up started coming to Mexico by ourselves and not staying on the resorts. We started getting smaller hotel rooms and not all inclusive, and going to actually see the towns and the culture, and that amazed us more than we even realized that it would. So we got the bug. It bit us, and it bit us hard.
And then, so anyways, that's how we get the idea of possibly retiring to Mexico. That's kind of what we wanted to do, where we wanted to be. A couple more places, getting away from the all-inclusives, which, not knocking all-inclusives, they're wonderful.
Right.
But we started traveling, seeing more things, getting off of it. And so besides retiring to Mexico, then all of a sudden the next step was maybe moving to Mexico. And we were both in love with it. I was all in love with it, and she's a little bit more straightforward, and as much as she wanted to, she hates to leave things and stuff. But then we kind of came along, and then it was a 5-year plan to move to Mexico. And then about a year ago, I lost my job. Unfortunately, it was devastating. And I had just started up a new business, and I was sitting at home one day, and Renee came home from work.
Yeah, 25 years at the same job. And we're not retirement age. We have years to retirement. We're 50 years old. But I'd been at my job since my young 20s. So I'd been there for 25 years. And with Mike losing his job and starting the new business, COVID kind of was almost over, but wasn't really over. So things were going really slow for him to start the new job. And I was getting not boredom, I don't want to say bored, but it just felt like routine anymore. And I came home from work one day and I looked at him and I said, what are we waiting for? Why are we waiting? The housing market's good. Let's sell our house and let's go to Mexico.
In the meantime, we'd taken a trip to Tulum. We knew we wanted to be somewhere in the Riviera Maya. We went to Tulum, and we were looking at condos and places to buy. That was not for Renee. And it was just too crazy, too Instagram capital of the world-ish. I like Tulum, but I'm really glad that that wasn't her place, because that certainly is not for us. We're from very small, we live in a very small town when we came from Minnesota. And so that wasn't for us, you know, and then all these things happened. And then when she came home and said that, in the meantime, we had been looking along the Riviera Maya. We find this little town on YouTube called Puerto Morelos. And it's halfway between Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and we watched
multiple mini, like at least a year's worth of videos on Puerto Morelos.
Spent a lot of evenings watching YouTube instead of other shows.
Yeah. Instead of Netflixing binging, we did YouTube binging.
Yeah, and we watched a lot of it. We fell in love with a couple people who were doing videos about it and stuff, and we still follow them and support them and stuff like that. So we loved it, but we came here on a visit, and we didn't do any kind of all-inclusive. We just rented a hotel, and everything was completely on our own. And it's shocking. You think you need to be all-inclusive or whatever and stuff, but you don't. We just rented a hotel, we rented cars, we did whatever we wanted to do, and it was so freeing. And this is where we really started meeting the Mexican people in the town. We just fell in love with it, and this was the place we wanted to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and when we fell in love with Puerto Morelos, that kind of clinched the deal for us, that it was time. It was time for us to do what we needed to do for ourselves. And
yeah, so when she came home and said, you know what, let's move to Mexico, I was all for it. But we're poor. we don't
had good jobs, but we weren't making a ton of money.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing fine, but we certainly can't retire, so it was, let's move to Mexico. Cost of living is less. It's where we want to be. Since we've been here, we've each lost over 15 pounds without trying to. We're just more active. We're eating like crazy.
Bikes,
we
no
still
cars,
drink. Yeah.
You know.
But no more lawn mowing, no more shoveling snow. It was kind of the perfect fit. We were hooked, and then so when she said, let's go, we came.
It was, I think it was in February, I had come home and I said, baby, let's just do this, let's go to Mexico. And that night my daughter came by and I kind of told her that we were thinking about doing this. She's like, perfect, I'll buy your house. Okay, perfect. Well, in the meantime, they had their house. Well, the next day, they told their friend about wanting to buy our house, and their friend wanted to buy their house. So everything just started happening so fast. So we started looking into things. And truly, within the time I said, baby, let's go to Mexico, that was February, right? Or was it March? Okay, maybe it was March. We landed in Cancun on May 31st. So it was that quick. We sold our house, we sold everything we owned, packed up 3 suitcases, and landed in Cancun within months.
Hence the name 3 Suitcases, but we knew we couldn't just retire. We had to do some work, so we were looking at doing online work and stuff, but we wanted to travel. We definitely wanted an adventure, so that was how the YouTube channel kind of became a possibility. We started thinking, well, if we're going to do all these things, let's maybe share this with everyone else. I mean, it's we want to do this, and let's see if other people want to see it too.
Right, because not only that is, you know, when you come home for vacation and you're trying to show your family all your photos and all your videos and everything, they get a little bored. Well, when you make a YouTube video out of it, then your kids can see what you're doing still, you know, without having to watch every single video or every photo you took. So we thought, if we're going to share with our kids and his mom and dad and my mom and dad and my sisters, why not share it with the world? Why not let everybody else enjoy it as well as we're enjoying it?
It was a crazy couple of months when we decided to move, when we started selling everything. It's very emotional for Renee. We're from a very tight family, and so to be able to sell everything and get your entire life down to about 3 suitcases.
30 years together, everything's gone, and what was left fit in 3 suitcases. That is emotional. And if you're thinking about doing this and you want to sell everything, maybe there's some keepsakes, but maybe you need to find storage, because when you're renting a place in Mexico, there's not always capabilities of just bringing everything with you. So we brought the bare minimum. So my daughter, luckily, since she was buying my house, has like 4 totes that are very important to me, and I hope she's keeping them safe.
I'm sure she is. So we were able to save some things there and stuff. But here we are in Puerto Morelos, and within a month of us getting here, we were getting things for the YouTube channel, and we decided to let's just go for it.
Yeah.
So we're having fun. We've been all over the place. We have some crazy adventures that we have planned coming up.
Oh, it's so fun though.
Yeah, and we actually have in a few more weeks. We actually have our first guest coming on. I have a cousin that's coming down who's like a brother to me. And we have a week-long trip. We're not gonna tell you anything about it because it's a surprise for him, surprise for you. But this winter, all the friends and family keep talking about coming down, so hopefully we bring a lot of good adventures. But we've been on excursions. I like to cook, so we're making some of those things, and we're just planning our next steps.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about your cooking. Like my husband back in Minnesota, he worked a job all summer long, but prior to him getting that job, he loves to cook. Loves to cook. And so if we would have gatherings or a football game or anything else like that, he was always bringing something new and different to the table. And you know, his friends were always, well, how did you do this and how did you do that? And there was one year he actually won like a grilling contest, so that was kind of cool. But he's always loved to cook. So when we decided to come down here and we were talking about the YouTube channel, instead of just doing the traveling, we decided to, why not try new foods and why not see if you can make them at home like you did back in Minnesota? So once we try a new food, he puts it on YouTube. Some are not all new, but burrito tacos. You know, we never had those until we came down here. He never made those back in Minnesota. Freaking fabulous. Churros.
She's being too kind. I think my mother-in-law must have been a horrible cook because anything I make, she seems to like. So
Stop that. My mom was not a bad cook. Don't.
No, I've ate there. It's wonderful.
Stop. I'm just not a cook person. I don't enjoy it. It's a chore for me. So for the fact that I have a husband who loves it is fabulous. Not gonna lie, it's fabulous.
It works out pretty good since we've been down here. I do most of the housework and cook and clean, and I plan our next trips. I'm kind of the dreamer of it. And you can find Renee in the office editing on most days. If we're not on a trip, you can pretty much find her in an office about 10 hours a day working. It's not all glamour, but
yeah, don't let anybody kid you about having a YouTube channel, because there's a lot of editing and there's a lot of work that goes involved in it. And then not only do you have your YouTube channel, but then you have your Facebook page, and you know, because you need to make those connections. We want to connect with you. Send me a comment and I will reply to you as soon as I can. I love hearing the comments, you know. We are very excited about this channel.
yeah, she busts her hump. Don't let her kid you, but she is like a kid in a candy store when she's in there. Every video we're trying to learn new things with the editing and stuff like that, and she's always trying to push the envelope. She does a wonderful job, and you know, it kind of takes a partnership to make this stuff happen.
Yes.
But anyways, like she said, we now have a Facebook page for our channel.
Yeah,
Our
and you'll
Suitcases
see it. You'll
Facebook
see it on our
page.
banner page in there.
Yep.
We truly are only 6 weeks old, if that.
Yep.
And so
Five
we're
and a half.
still, so we're still catching up on a lot of the extra stuff. But we did finally get a Facebook page set up, and we got Buy Me a Coffee set up.
Yeah, buy me a coffee. We're not begging, but we would love for you to support us. It's the only way we can keep going. You can go to Buy Me a Coffee and help out and support us any way you can. We're looking to buy new things, keep making the channel better. We want to take bigger trips, longer trips, and bring you more exciting videos as we go along.
Videos, yeah. Because actually, the Buy Me a Coffee that we're looking at, we would love to get a drone, so we can get those beautiful aerial views for you guys. So when we go to a resort or a hotel or a beautiful place in Mexico, you guys can truly see the landscape from above and not just from my 5'2" point of view.
And one of the things I do love, I could not get her to watch the History Channel. I mean, unless she wanted to go to sleep. But if I were to put something on about Coba, the ruins of Coba, she'd immediately be to sleep. But now that we're down here and we're there and we are experiencing it, living it, I mean,
it's
bringing tears to her eyes when we go to some of these places,
It is.
some of the cenotes and caves, and and we've just scratched the surface. We
Yeah.
have bigger plans. We want to go to other parts of Mexico and hopefully someday, conquer the world and just keep bringing
Conquer the world.
keep bringing you videos from everywhere around the world. I mean,
Yes.
we just are kind of enthralled with this whole idea.
We are.
So we hope you come along for the ride. We hope us greeting you and letting you know who we are, helps you, like what you see. Subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you be a subscriber.
Yeah, we got new and improved things coming. Hopefully within the next month. I'm always trying to think about our subscribers and the people who are following us and what they want to see. So please send us any comments. If there's a place you think we should visit and YouTube it or something like that, let us know. We are truly into anything.
Yeah, the comments are huge. We would love to go to someplace. Man, there's places we probably haven't heard of. If there's a place you'd like us to visit, we would love to visit. If you come down to the Puerto Morelos area and you want to meet us someplace or whatever, we would love to have a cocktail
we would love
with you.
to meet any of you.
Yeah,
And
I
also-
hope you enjoy meeting us.
Yeah, and the other thing is, if you live in an area that you think we should come visit, let us know, and maybe you can show us around and host us and show us your experiences and your culture and everything. We want to learn. We truly do want to learn, and we want to appreciate everything this country has to offer.
And if you see, that is very important. I was going to go someplace else, but that was very important because when you're at an all-inclusive and you have Mexican food and they're bringing you drinks, that's not Mexico. And Mexico is not deserts and donkeys and sombreros. The culture is unbelievable.
It's beautiful and colorful and deep and emotional. It's the most amazing thing I've experienced, and I've only hit the nail on. I mean, I've only seen a tip of it, and I would love to experience more of it. If any of you guys want to share with me, please do.
And we want to see it before we get old enough to actually enjoy our travels. We're still zip lining and all this kind of stuff. If you've seen that video and stuff, so we're trying to have fun with it. We hope you help us. We hope you support us. We hope you just show up and watch the videos, and maybe we can make you laugh or come want to see a thing. If you ever see me in my black 3 suitcases shirt
Or
my
his white one. He bought tons of them. He went all in on white and black.
I don't wear the same shirt every day, but I got a whole bunch of white ones, got a whole bunch of black ones. Trust me, they're clean shirts every day. I promise you that. The lavanderia does a great job with them. But this is brand new today, so don't worry.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? He wanted to make sure he was covered. Just saying.
Please like, subscribe, share, become friends with us on Facebook. If you want to buy us a coffee, do that. And just come along for the ride.
Send us any questions you have. If you want to know more about us, we're an open book. We'll tell you pretty much anything you need to know.
Yeah, she's Renee, I'm Mike for 3 Suitcases. Thanks for watching this video, and we hope you watch plenty more, and we'll be doing this for a long time.
Cheers, salute, safe travels.
Hola. Say, yeah. Love at first sight, as soon as I saw him, that's what I wanted.
This.
Live happily ever after, 2
Yeah.
kids.
Love at first sight.
Something like that.
All right. Or then we could do like a, what? I don't know if I like that one because all this is gonna be hanging out.
Okay.
Or we could just do
look
like
good.
a mind blown thing or